Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach podcast, the bite sized podcast filled with quick and easy actionable habits. Remember, great habits create that awesome life. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. And today's fun fact of the day has to do with the origin of narcissism. Did you know that the word narcissistic comes from a Roman poet? His name was Ovid, and he wrote a poem about Narcissus and Echo. Now, the story goes like this. Narcissus was a very handsome man. And as a result, he got a lot of attention from women all around. He encouraged this and flamed these romances. One day, a nymph called Echo falls in love with him. And she was called Echo because the gods had cursed her into only talking by repeating what was said to her. Now, Narcissus rejects her and breaks her heart. This is when the gods curse Narcissus to fall in love with his own reflection. He looks at his reflection in the lake and is so much in love with it that he spends night and day by that side of the lake looking at himself. He soon realizes that the object of his love cannot love him back and soon withers away and dies. I think we all know people who are in love with themselves the way Narcissus was. And the word narcissism was used to describe a psychological disorder in the late 1800s. And this was a mental disorder where the person was very self-obsessed and in love with themselves. Hence the name narcissist was used to describe it. Today, I want to talk about narcissistic people and what we can do about it. And this is because narcissists can ruin your life and cause a lot of pain if they're close relations of yours. The first sign of a narcissistic person is an inflated ego. This means that they feel superior to others around them. They need to be right about everything. They will often use techniques like gaslighting to make other people feel that it is their fault and they are correct. If they have a problem, it is the biggest problem in the world and everybody else's problems are small or non-existent. You see, this leads to point 2. They have no empathy for others. This is because they can only see things from their own perspective. And empathy requires you to see things from someone else's viewpoint as well. Now, this becomes very hard for people around narcissists as they feel that they're not understood, they're not seen. And as human beings, we all want to be understood, we all want to be seen. Now, the third way is that they always try and be the center of attention. Even if somebody else is celebrating something, they will try and make themselves the center of that attention. They will approach situations with a sense of entitlement. This is for me. Fourthly, the need for perfection is a good sign of a narcissistic person. This is because they have to have everything perfect around them. They need to be perfect. You need to be perfect. And this places a lot of unnecessary pressure on the people around them. It places a lot of pressure on themselves as well. But it is unfair to the people around them. And finally, they cannot be told the word no. If they're told the word no, it is unacceptable. They will defy it on purpose just to prove the point. And this often leads to people's personal boundaries being broken. Now, as your habit coach, I want you to be equipped with the right tools to deal with a narcissistic person in your life. I have dealt with many, many narcissistic people. Some have ruined my life. Till I realized what was going on. You might be in the same boat where you cannot see what is going on. You constantly wonder why you feel so blamed, so attacked for all the things that are taking place around you. Why your self-esteem or self-worth feels so low. Chances are it's because of a narcissist in your life. So the first thing you need to do is read about narcissism online. Learn about the symptoms, the signs that you're dealing with. The next thing that you need to do is move away or distance yourself from the people who have this kind of behavior. These can be colleagues, acquaintances, friends. Now, sometimes narcissists are in your own family, and this is when it becomes very hard to move away. Instead, you need to learn the coping mechanisms. And here are 3 habits that you can start doing. The first is creating healthy boundaries. That means realize what you're willing to do and what you're willing not to do. Know when to stand up for yourself and say the word no. Now, this is scary at first and it takes a lot of practice. However, With practice, you will get better and better at creating that boundary and saying no. The second thing you need to do is learn to ask for help from others. You do not think that you can receive the care and support from the narcissist, and hence you need to search outside. You need to create your own set of friends, a support system that can help you, make you feel seen, make you realize that it is not your fault, make you realize when it is being gaslit or when something's blamed on you. And the final habit you need to create is the habit of being calm. If they try gaslighting or picking a fight with you, you have to remain calm and not get pulled into the fight. When you're calm, you no longer react to the situation or the words being spoken. Instead, you can see the behavior for what it is and show compassion. This is because narcissism is a key personality disorder. They don't know that they're being selfish, rude, egoistic, or narcissistic. They just have no idea. So your super simple habit to deal with narcissists are create boundaries for yourself. Create a support system of friends to help you, and finally remain calm and don't get pulled into the fight or the confrontation. I know that these will help you deal with the narcissistic person in your life. And if you don't have a narcissistic person around you, chances are you are that narcissist. And this is because there's a huge explosion of narcissism as a disorder in the world right now. And next week's podcast will be about what you can do if you realize that you are a narcissist.